Shocking news has just emerged from the world of megachurch leadership. Bishop Brandon Porter has shared a deeply concerning update about Bishop Charles E. Blake Sr., revealing details about his health that have left the entire gospel community in shock. What exactly happened? And how serious is this situation? Stay with us because the details you're about to hear are unlike anything reported before. The world of gospel leadership is buzzing with concern right now. Bishop Charles E. Blake Sr., a towering figure in the church and a guiding light for millions, has reportedly been facing serious health challenges. Today we're diving deep into the shocking update shared by Bishop Brandon Porter, exploring not just the facts of his condition, but also what this could mean for the wider community. In this video, you'll get a clear timeline of events, insights from close sources, and reactions from other church leaders and congregants. By the end, you'll have a full picture of the situation and understand why this news is sending ripples across the gospel world. Make sure to watch till the end because there are some details that haven't been widely shared, details that could change how we see the story entirely. To truly understand the weight of the news Bishop Brandon Porter shared, we need to step back and look at Bishop Charles E. Blake Sr.'s remarkable journey. For decades, Bishop Blake has been a central figure in the gospel and church community. As the former presiding bishop of the Church of God in Christ, he's not just a spiritual leader. He's an icon whose influence extends far beyond the pulpit. His leadership has guided countless ministries, nurtured emerging pastors, and inspired millions of followers across the nation. Many describe him as a pillar of faith, wisdom, and resilience, a figure whose guidance has helped shape the modern gospel movement. But despite this strength, Bishop Blake, like any human, has faced personal challenges, and it seems his health is now at the forefront of concern. Bishop Brandon Porter's recent message about his condition has sent shockwaves precisely because of the respect and admiration Bishop Blake commands. The very thought that someone of his stature might be struggling physically has left both the church and broader communities anxious. But what exactly did Bishop Porter reveal? And why are insiders saying the situation might be more serious than it appears at first glance? That's what we'll uncover in the next section. And you won't want to miss it because some of the details are deeply personal and previously unreported. The moment Bishop Brandon Porter took to social media and other platforms to share news about Bishop Charles E. Blake Sr.'s health, the gospel community was left in disbelief. Bishop Porter, known for his close ties to senior church leadership, didn't sugarcoat the situation. He revealed that Bishop Blake has been facing serious health challenges that have reportedly affected his mobility and overall strength. According to sources close to the family, Bishop Blake has been experiencing complications that have required increased medical attention. While the official statements have been carefully worded to protect his privacy, Bishop Porter emphasized the seriousness of the situation, describing it as a time of prayer and reflection for all of us. Fans and followers immediately began to share their concern, flooding social media with messages of hope and support. But beyond the prayers and social media buzz, insiders indicate that the bishop has been dealing with these health issues privately for months. Some reports suggest that his condition has impacted his ability to lead church events in person, forcing him to rely more heavily on virtual appearances and delegating leadership responsibilities to trusted associates. This revelation raises important questions. How has this affected the inner workings of the church? Which responsibilities have been shifted, and how are other leaders stepping in? And most importantly, what does this mean for Bishop Blake's long-term health and legacy? In the next section, we'll dive deeper into the reactions from other church leaders, congregants, and public figures, uncovering the emotional and spiritual ripple effects of this shocking news. Some of the responses are heartwarming, while others hint at real concern for the future of the church's leadership. When news of Bishop Charles E. Blake Sr.'s health challenges spread, the reaction from the gospel and church community was immediate and profound. Leaders, pastors, and congregants alike shared their shock, concern, and prayers. Social media feeds were flooded with messages ranging from heartfelt prayers to personal stories of how Bishop Blake had impacted people's lives. Several prominent pastors and church leaders publicly expressed their support. Some described the bishop as a spiritual father, whose guidance had shaped their ministries for decades. One leader remarked, "Bishop Blake has been a beacon of faith. Knowing he's struggling reminds us all of the fragility of life, even for the strongest among us." Within the Church of God in Christ, reports suggest that several key leaders have begun stepping up to shoulder more responsibilities. From overseeing church events to guiding congregations, these leaders are ensuring that the ministries continue smoothly, even as the bishop focuses on his health and recovery. However, sources reveal that behind the scenes, there's a mixture of concern and uncertainty. Some worry that if the condition worsens, it could prompt a larger leadership transition, something the church has not experienced in recent decades. Members of the congregation have also been vocal. Many have shared personal testimonials online about the ways Bishop Blake's sermons, teachings, and personal guidance transform their lives. These stories highlight the deep emotional connection people feel toward him. At the same time, they amplify the sense of urgency and concern. Seeing someone who has been a pillar of faith for so long facing serious health challenges is jarring for anyone. But perhaps the most surprising element came from Bishop Brandon Porter himself. In his update, he hinted at a previously undisclosed aspect of Bishop Blake's health, something that has left insiders whispering and speculation spreading. While the exact details remain confidential, it suggests that there may be more to the situation than the public has seen so far. With the recent health revelations, many in the gospel community are now asking a pressing question. What does this mean for Bishop Charles E. Blake, Sr.'s legacy, and for the Church of God in Christ as an institution? Bishop Blake has spent decades building a reputation as a transformative leader, one who balanced spiritual guidance with administrative excellence. His influence is felt not only in the pulpit, but across countless ministries, social programs, and mentorship initiatives. Church insiders suggest that the current situation has sparked conversations about succession planning. While Bishop Blake has always emphasized spiritual continuity over hierarchy, the reality of his health challenges may necessitate a more active approach to leadership transition. Trusted leaders are reportedly being briefed and prepared to step in if needed, ensuring that the church remains stable and that ministries continue without disruption. At the same time, congregants are grappling with the emotional weight of the news. For many, Bishop Blake has been a constant source of inspiration, a guiding light in times of personal struggle. Seeing him in a vulnerable state has reminded the community that even the most revered leaders are human. Online forums and church groups have been filled with prayers, personal stories, and messages of hope, illustrating just how deep his impact truly is. But beyond emotional support, there are practical implications. Major church events, conventions, and outreach programs that Bishop Blake traditionally oversaw are now being managed by a team of senior pastors and administrators. This shift in responsibilities, while necessary, also highlights the delicate balance of leadership and the importance of preparing the next generation of church leaders. Some insiders suggest that Bishop Blake himself is closely involved in mentoring these leaders, ensuring that his vision and values continue to guide the church even if he steps back from day-to-day activities. Yet there remains an element of uncertainty. The nature of his health condition has not been fully disclosed to the public, and rumors continue to circulate. While Bishop Porter's update was heartfelt and sincere, some followers are anxious, wondering if there are underlying complications that could have longer-term implications. This suspense has kept the community on edge, with many eagerly awaiting further updates or statements from the bishop himself or his close aides. The story doesn't end there. The next section will explore the personal side of Bishop Blake's journey, the private moments, family perspectives, and the emotional toll this situation has taken on those closest to him. These intimate details give us a fuller understanding of the human side of a man who has spent his life uplifting others, and they are sure to leave you reflecting deeply on leadership, faith, and resilience. Behind the public persona of Bishop Charles E. Blake Sr., there is a private world filled with family, faith, and the struggles that come with age and health challenges. According to sources close to the family, Bishop Blake has been surrounded by loved ones who are deeply invested in his well-being, offering care, support, and encouragement during this difficult time. His family, while respecting his desire for privacy, has reportedly been instrumental in ensuring that he remains both physically and emotionally supported. Daily routines have been adapted to accommodate his health needs, and medical professionals have been closely monitoring his condition. But beyond the logistics of care, there is a profound emotional layer. For a man who has spent his entire life giving guidance to others, receiving care can be a humbling and challenging experience. Church leaders and congregants have expressed immense respect for the bishop's courage in facing these personal struggles. Many have commented on how his transparency, through Bishop Brandon Porter's update, serves as a reminder that faith is not about being invincible, but about resilience, humility, and community support. In countless ways, Bishop Blake's journey mirrors the very lessons he has preached for decades, that even in moments of vulnerability, strength can be found in faith, family, and fellowship. Yet insiders hint at moments of private concern that have not been shared publicly. These moments involve not just physical health, but also the emotional and spiritual burden of realizing that leadership cannot rest solely on one person forever. Bishop Blake reportedly spends time reflecting on the impact he has had, the responsibilities he carries, and the legacy he will leave behind. For someone whose life has been devoted to uplifting others, these reflections carry profound significance. Additionally, there are stories of his interactions with emerging pastors and young leaders, mentoring them even amidst his own health challenges. These personal moments, sometimes quiet, sometimes emotional, show a leader who continues to prioritize the growth of the next generation even while facing his own vulnerabilities. But as heartfelt as these moments are, they also raise suspenseful questions. How will the bishop's health evolve in the coming months? Will the next generation of leaders be ready if he needs to step back further? And perhaps most importantly, what lessons can the broader gospel community take from this deeply personal journey? In the next section, we will explore how this news has sparked conversations about faith, resilience, and the continuity of spiritual leadership, tying together the personal, public, and institutional implications. You won't want to miss the insights that emerge from this discussion. It's where the story becomes both inspiring and thought-provoking. The news of Bishop Charles E. Blake, Sr.'s health challenges has not only affected those closest to him, but has also sparked a broader conversation about faith, resilience, and leadership in the gospel community. His situation serves as a powerful reminder that even the most respected leaders face trials, and how they respond can teach lessons far beyond the pulpit. Many church leaders and congregants have reflected on the importance of community support during times of vulnerability. Social media posts and online tributes highlight a recurring theme. Faith is strengthened not only in moments of triumph, but also in moments of struggle. Bishop Blake's openness, through the message shared by Bishop Brandon Porter, has encouraged thousands to embrace vulnerability, seek guidance, and lean on their own spiritual communities during challenging times. At the institutional level, the church is navigating the delicate balance between continuity and change. Key leaders have stepped up to ensure that ministries, outreach programs, and church events continue seamlessly. This proactive approach reflects the foresight of Bishop Blake and other senior leaders, who have long emphasized mentorship and succession planning. Emerging leaders are now taking on more visible roles, gaining experience and insight under the guidance of seasoned pastors. But the most compelling lesson comes from the personal resilience demonstrated by Bishop Blake himself. Despite his health challenges, he remains spiritually active, offering guidance, encouragement, and wisdom to those around him. This resilience embodies the very principles he has preached for decades: perseverance, faith, and service. As the gospel community rallies around him, the story also underscores a universal truth. Even leaders who seem larger than life are human. Their struggles, their victories, and their vulnerabilities teach lessons about faith, humility, and the importance of supporting one another through every stage of life. In conclusion, the update from Bishop Brandon Porter about Bishop Charles E. Blake, Sr.'s health has reminded the world of the importance of empathy, vigilance, and spiritual solidarity. While the situation is serious, it also offers an opportunity for reflection on leadership, legacy, and the enduring power of faith. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts or prayers for Bishop Blake. Share this video with your friends and family to keep the community informed and united in support. The story of Bishop Blake is still unfolding, and together we can stay connected, inspired, and ready for the next chapter in this remarkable journey.